There's nothing wrong with that, but the thing is that once you have a budget in mind, then that tells you where you want to be. So let's say, for example, you have a budget of $50,000 per house. Definitely you have to go to OEB or Yarifa, Dodoa, or Brown. But then we are looking at people who don't necessarily have a need for a house, but they need to create a need for them to get a house. They have 1 or 2 houses already. So you create that reason. These people are always looking out for location. So you can't take these people to OEB or Yarifa or Dodoa. So the key thing for us is location, location, location. So that is the advantage we have. Then number 2, the units we have are very spacious. And maybe I should take this opportunity to go over this. Because of the price sensitive nature, mostly when you hear of the prices, we have a different way of calculating where we calculate it per square meter. So if you can take a selling price, just divide it by the total floor space that they give you. And then you see people quoting, I don't want to mention any companies, but let's say there's an apartment selling for $40,000 and you think it's cheap. But the only way you can determine whether it's cheap or it's not cheap, you just take that selling price and then divide it by the total floor area. So when you do that, you realize that some people can sell it at a very lower price for you, but you give a very small space. So in terms of that, you're not getting value for money. So what we do is that we give you a prime location, we give you a very spacious unit that you can move around. And then those are very quick after finishing. We import most of our stuff from Spain and Italy. I'm not saying that Ghanaians cannot produce, impeccable finishing. Right? It's just that the people that we target, they're looking at Ghanaians who are living abroad, and when they come back and they still want to have those kind of facilities that they are used to. So we are forced or compelled to import most of the stuff from abroad. And then also usually we give very exceptional amenities. Those are very basic, gen set, swimming pool, charge, access road, security, internet, a gym, and the likes. Well, so currently what we're working on now is what we call Maple Court in a very serene, airy environment in East Lagos. It's a combination of 12 apartments and then 6 townhouses. And we broke ground last year in May, and we are on schedule to be done to hand over by the end of this month. So what you see here is just trying to give you the location where you get to old living room. Apparently I hear the move now. Just opposite old living room, you turn it right, you just go all the way to the dead end, you make a right turn. You just on the 4th turn on the right. So that's the aerial view of Maple Court. So on your right here are 6 townhouses with parking, in front of each townhouse. You see the security gate right there. There's the property managers. We have the genset right there. And these are the apartments, a combination of 2-bedroom apartments and then 3-bedroom apartments. Currently, we have just 1 2-bedroom that is available selling for $155,000. So if anyone is here, you can see me after the presentation and I'll send it to you. Okay, so that's another view of Maple Court. Okay, so that's the interior, that's a 3D. So this, okay, so what you have here, I'm just pointing to the right, that's a 2-bedroom, the smaller size. The concept we have is usually we have a 2-bedroom, the smaller size, and then we have a 2-bedroom, the bigger size. In that there are people who just want to move in themselves, so they usually go for the bigger one. And people are looking to rent out, they usually go for the smaller one. And then we have the 3-bedroom outside, on the other side. And the thing is that the people that we target, they usually don't live in Ghana. You're talking about Ghanaians abroad who want to come to Ghana and settle. But they want to have that kind of smooth transition before they come. And it usually takes about a year to 2 years before we are done and we hand over to them. So what they do is that you pay upfront, we put you on a payment schedule. You can decide to take a mortgage, you can pay 20% upfront, 30% upfront. And the way we do it, it's so affordable for them. Because someone will say, $155,000, $300,000 it's you're not talking about something that's affordable, but we look at affordability in a different concept where we're able to work with you and then break it down for you so that you can be able to factor both into your scheme or budget and then you can get it done. So that's what we do with most of our clients, and for them, it's really affordable for them. And the one good thing that we've done so far is that about 80% of the clients who have bought Maple, they are so happy with what we've done that the upcoming development in Canton that we haven't even started, about 80% of them have already made a reservation. And I think it's something we should be proud for us. And let's go. So these are all the floor plans for Maple. Yeah, okay, so these are the basic standard features for all our development. There's a roof finish, you have a floor finish, you have a wall finish, you have a ceiling finish, you have exterior doors, you have interior doors. There are windows, bathrooms, kitchen, wiring, lights, fittings, air conditioning everywhere. Internal services, there are wardrobes, external services, approved, boundaries, and all that. And one good thing with us, I know most of the real estate companies do that, but we don't take that for granted at all, because if I take your minds back to the old street houses we have, I don't think it comes, anywhere near to the kind of estate development the modern companies are developing now, because the culture of maintenance is something that is, we take for granted in Ghana. So it's one thing as selling to you, and one thing also making sure that you maintain it. Because most of the guys who are buying, they're not buying just to live in, because they buy, as an investment purpose. They also want to sell about 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the lane. So if you're not able to maintain it, then there's no way that property is going to appreciate. So the maintenance culture for is such a key thing that we don't take for granted. So these are some of the services that we provide for all the properties that we develop. There's always a 24-hour security, there's a garbage disposal, you have a caretaker, there's a swimming pool maintenance, there's a genset as well, service. It would never happen, to have a situation say that we didn't even have fuel in the genset. It doesn't happen at all. We have a very, we have gardening, and because of the greenery, we always want to have that kind of greenery around. So there's lots of greenery all our development, electrical and plumbing maintenance. So these are the things that goes into the, the management of the properties. So I was talking about this before. Well, currently looking for this, how much we are selling it for, and we have the off-plan prices, and then we have the post-construction. But the good thing is that there's always a reason why you want to get it off-plan, because number one, it's cheaper, and then number two is that we have our concept, and then we are telling you that, okay, this is what we're going to do.